Hello and welcome to Hank A's. Who's that ginger? Who? What's his name? Excuse me, number five. Number five. I'm interested in you. I'd like to acquire you from Preston North End. I'd like to bring you to Swindon, sir. Let me try to find out who number five is. Hold on. Meredith, please write this down. I know who our starting 11 are. Look at that, Merrick. Merrick, silent but deadly. We call him Bob. Lionel Richie out on the left. Fireball Wilson. Garber's playing number 5. C. Robertson. Robertson, we'll call him. I'm going to try to purchase you, Ginger. Don't mind me. I'm just a man who dreams of a team of gingers. Today, I'm going to talk about the women in the movies, and also to a lesser extent in books, but mostly in the movies, because it's something that has really been bothering me ever since it was brought to my attention, which I never noticed because I am a scumbag male. I was too busy enjoying action movies. And then I was at the movies with my wife recently. Actually, Sarah and I were reading a screenplay for a movie I won't name, but we read this. Screw it, I'll name the movie. It's called Jarhead. We read the screenplay of the movie Jarhead. We just read the book Jarhead, and then we thought it'd be interesting to read the screenplay and whatever. Oh God, go Fitz Hall. I don't know if that was him or not, but it was a great. It wasn't. It was Archibald Henville, the man with no nickname. He has 7 names. What does he need with a nickname? We should come up with 7 nicknames. I guess it's Nate Archibald. We should come up with 7 names for Archibald Henville, in addition to Nate. Oh, you got to. Oh, and then the unnecessary slide tackle of frustration because he and his husband aren't communicating well, and I think that speaks to. Hopefully, that doesn't speak to larger problems in their relationship. Come on, that's not really what I would have done. Yeah, so women in movies, I don't know if you've noticed this, at least in a lot of Hollywood movies, either exist only to be saved by men or exist only to be the love interests of men. That ball was out of bounds and the referee refuses to acknowledge it, which angers me. And it's super weird. Once someone calls it to your attention, you can't even watch a movie without thinking about it. There's this thing called the Bechdel test, or Bechdel, I don't know how you say Alison Bechdel's name. Anyway, she's this brilliant graphic novel writer. And there's this thing called the Bechdel test, which is, in the movie, does a woman have a conversation with a woman about something other than a man? And even, I think, one line of dialogue would do. And the answer, in almost every single movie I have ever seen, is no. For instance, I just saw a really great movie starring Matthew McConaughey. Bear in mind, I am shooting this in the past. So this is probably not in theaters anymore, but it's called Mud, and it's a great movie. It's set in rural Arkansas. You don't see enough movies set in rural America. Matthew McConaughey seems to be the only Hollywood actor who understands on any level what it's like not to be rich. And so he's very good in it. And there's these kids in it. The kids are just amazing. They're both boys. And the frustration of not scoring in that situation. Lionel Richie almost made you sing "Hello, is it a goal you're looking for?" because I'm never singing that song again now that we have MP3s of fans singing stuff. Come on. So anyway, in this movie there is a woman, and the woman exists only to be saved by the man. In the end, at least, it isn't a simple man saves woman story like 90% of Hollywood tales. However, it does not pass the Bechdel test, and indeed, all that nothing ever really, it's one of the least, I'm bringing it up because it's called Mud, and it's one of the least misogynistic movies I've seen all year. And yet still, there are hardly any women in it, and the women who are in it hardly get a voice. And yes, the movie is partly exploring how women don't get voices and yada, 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 but still, you just want to hear from a human being who is not male, in some with some kind of depth or clarity, and you just don't. And then I was watching another movie called Oblivion with Tom Cruise, not nearly the movie that Mud is, but a very enjoyable science fiction epic, except that again the women existed solely to be saved by the man. There were 2 women, one of whom was an idiot and the other of whom was a nice, pleasant, good-looking, sweet little thing, who, her whole function in the movie was to be the thing that redeemed Tom Cruise. And I'm saying the thing purposefully because it wasn't like a human being's role in a movie. Why would you not pass the Merrick? I know that he can't talk to say, please pass the ball to me, but he's Merrick Merrick. He's a hero. Sometimes I feel like the new Swoodilypoopers and the old Swoodilypoopers, there's a bit of a divide. Speaking of a divide, oh, one size fits all. We needed a tackle and we got one. Yeah, it was really astonishing. I realized, by the way, that I'm playing a game with 11 men on one side of the field and 11 men on the other side of the field and talking about misogyny in life. But no, it's Chris. It's Chris. Hey, Chris, I'm playing Swoodilypoopers. Yeah, it's okay. I'll call you back in a little bit. Okay. All right, bye. That was my best friend, Chris. You can actually hear him in a past episode of Swindon Town Swoodilypoopers, but nobody liked it, and it really hurt Chris's feelings. He's not a professional video game player like myself. Like, he doesn't, you know, he can't handle the critics of the hardcore Swoodilypooper supporters. Oh, come on. Come on! Come on! Oh, the frustration is palpable. So, it is astonishing to me how few movies pass the Bechdel test when it seems like something where, like, if you did the opposite, like, how many movies have... Oh, it's in the net! John Green punched the goalie in the face! Oh, and tackled... Oh, yes. Yes, get at it, boys.
He's big, he's tough, he has a brilliant puff. Other John Green, other John Green. He's big, he's tough, he has a brilliant puff. Other John Green, other John Green.
So it does bother me, but like what interests me most about it is that as a man, I find myself kind of like, I still like the movie. Like, I still liked Oblivion, even though, like, the gender politics of it were obscene. I still liked this, like, swashbuckling epic about a strong Tom Cruise-y type who takes over the world and yada, 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 and, like, has all the, you know, he's just, like, such a hero and everything. And, you know, and he's the star of the movie. Like, almost all Hollywood movies are the leading role is played by a man. Like, the voice of the movie, for lack of a better word, is that of a man. Even you know, movies that are directed by women, like I think Catherine Bigelow, is that her name? I think she's a great director who did The Hurt Locker and Zero Dark 30. I mean, in some ways, like when I was watching Zero Dark 30, I found a lot. I was really annoyed by parts of it, but like looking back on it, I mean, it certainly had way more of a female voice. Oh, from way outside, and then he punches his opponent in the face. You know, number five, that ginger defender who just got absolutely schmooed. He could come play for Swindon if he doesn't like getting his ass beat by the Swoodilypoopers. Maybe he wants to beat some ass with the Swoodilypoopers. Context is everything. I just want, yeah, I say that I want like more complex portrayals of women in movies, but then do I actually go to those movies? Like, bear in mind that I'm talking about this in the past, so I haven't actually seen Iron Man 3, but I'm going to make a guess that despite, I know Robert Downey Jr. and Gwyneth Paltrow like insisted that, what is her ridiculous name? Like Pippa Applebottom? Pepper Potts, yes. I know that they insisted that Pepper Potts have a bigger role in the film and be a little bit more of a badass and less of sort of like a passive player than she usually is. But I bet that she's still an awfully passive player. I'd be surprised if that movie passes the Bechdel test. Again, I haven't seen it. And like oh, get in! Get in! Oh! Ball, John Green, upon his mustache, we were keen. He gives it all for the team. Ball, John Green. Oh, Swoodilypoopers winning in style. But I, you know, lots of women are going to go see that movie, and then lots of men are going to go see that movie. And I think the reason, I think that's the ultimate reason, is that men are reluctant to see a movie like that they think of as like Steel Magnolias-y, you know, like a woman's movie about women's stuff. Whereas women are more open to watching, oh! he was beat. Oh, we call him Bob. You're better than that, buddy. You're better than that. He's coming back from injury, though. Kane looks like he might have been a ginger once, but now he's bald. He's chewing gum. I can't make it go any faster. All right, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is. I don't know how to fix this. But like, it's certainly something that I was conscious of when writing The Fault in Our Stars, and it's, you know, like The Fault in Our Stars is very much a you know, heterosexual, heteronormative, standard love story. But like, I wanted there to be, you know, other elements in the book. Like I wanted Hazel and Isaac's friendship to be there, and Hazel and Caitlin's friendship to be there, and certainly Hazel's relationship with her parents to be there. And so I'm hoping that the Fault in Our Stars movie will certainly pass that test, but also that it will be, you know, that like it will give voice to a female character, like the character of Hazel will be, come on, at the center of it, you know, like that that she'll still in the same way that she's really like, she is the book, you know, like she was the character the book spun around. I hope that's true in the movie too, but only time will tell. I do know this, however: John Green, nay Bennett, John Green, nay Bennett, and Bald John Green scored 3 beautiful goals today. Thank you for watching. Best wishes.